Okay, onto the lower body movements. So this is the squat. As you can see, I'm getting tight here, setting up with a low bar position, letting the bar settle, 2-step walkout, big deep breath before each rep, and then sitting between the heels. I've also got the elbows tucked down, chest up, head up, and pushing the knees out moderately. Also getting the knees up, imagining that your knees are suspended from the ceiling. This is a dumbbell split squat. Notice how I've got the rear foot elevated. Also important to try and keep your balance there. And to wear weightlifting shoes often helps with the dumbbell split squat. So as always, chest up. These are quite an unpleasant movement, but you'll certainly feel them. So this is the narrow stance leg press. Relatively self-explanatory. Make sure that you're going as deep as you can without your lower back rounding. If you're finding that you're going to this level of depth, but your lower back starts to round or your pelvis starts to come up, then don't go as deep. We want to make sure that that's not happening under load. And then this is the wide high stance leg press. So here is the leg extension. Make sure that the bar is set at the right spot for you, and then squeeze at the top. You may need to play around with the height a little bit to get a comfortable position. This is the leg curl seated. Again, pretty self-explanatory. Just squeeze at full flexion. Make sure you always do your hair before you do a safety bar squat. So this is for people who may struggle with their shoulder injury or anything of getting into a regular squat. There's a little bit more of an instability element as well. This is the block pull. So you want to set the bar to just knee level, engage the glutes and lock out. And then this is the sumo block pull. Same thing, notice how you're getting tightness first, engaging the glutes. This is a side-by-side comparison of me and Johnny doing the conventional deadlift, just to demonstrate the differences in position based on your limb lengths. So it's important with the deadlift to make sure that the bar starts over your midfoot and that you're engaging your abs, bracing them properly, getting your glutes engaged as well, and keeping your back straight throughout the whole movement. So this is the sumo deadlift. The feet are much wider apart, and it's a much more hip dominant movement. Now, if you're not sure which one suits you better, feel free to film both variations and post them in the group and we'll be able to advise. The sumo deadlift is a lot more technical than the conventional. So this is the Romanian deadlift. So you can see that I'm sliding the bar down the front of my thighs here, just until you feel a nice stretch, which is usually around mid-shin, depending on your flexibility. And then back up again, and just use the front of your thighs as the cue for this, keeping the legs slightly unlocked. And this is the stiff leg deadlift, which is similar to the Romanian, but you're pulling off the floor each time, making sure to keep the back straight and abs braced. This is the deficit deadlift, which is done standing on a plate or any kind of platform that's 2 or 3 inches high, and then it's just performed as a regular conventional. And this is the box squat. So sitting back onto the box, pausing slightly there, but not putting your full weight onto the box, and then driving up. This is a great cue for hitting your depth. So this is the front squat with a cross grip. Some people might find this more comfortable. So you want to have your fingers on the bar at all times. And then you can compare this with the Olympic grip front squat, which I'm about to show you. So with the Olympic grip front squat, we want the bar to be pressing against your throat, so it'll be behind your clavicles and delts. You want to push your elbows up as much as you can, keep your thorax in extension, and then just sit between your heels as usual. So if you haven't got the flexibility for this just yet, there are some stretches you can do which we'll advise on, or you can use the cross grip for now. And then this is the calf raise using the wall for support. This is actually a lot harder than it looks. Make sure you pause at the top at peak contraction and get a good stretch through the bottom. So that's it for lower body movements.